Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the Holy Heracross here, and I'm bringing you week 2 of the UPL. I am so hyped. Coming off a very hard loss last week. I think we've got a great matchup in this match. If you didn't see, check out the team builder that was posted today, I think just this morning. Uh, so hopefully you guys check that out. Remember to like and subscribe on this video. I think it's going to be a great match. Hopefully we don't get swept like last week. Really hoping that we don't, but I'm going to play a little bit smarter. Watch out for Fellstinger, but doesn't have any Fellstinger users on the team. And good luck to my opponent, Tourman, and the San Francisco Salamences. And let's get straight into it. Here, I lead off with my Sylveon, predicting his Mega Sharpedo lead, as I can go for a Hyper Voice if he wants to protect. He does have the Iron Head, but I do set up the Reflect so I can take another one after leftovers. I do decide to go for a Hyper Voice here, I think. Yeah, I just do fire off a Hyper Voice, and he goes into his Heatran to take the hit. Next up, I just go for Protect to see what he wants to do. He does go for the Taunt, predicting like a Wish or Heal Bell, but I wasn't gonna go for Heal Bell. Here I bring in my Earl as he goes for Rocks, which is totally fine. I set up my own Rocks here on his switch because he does have multiple mons that are weak to it, being Landorus, Heatran, and Kyurem Black. Here I switch in my Entei knowing that he's probably going to go for the Icicle Crash. I do not outspeed, but if I did, I would just go straight for the Sacred Fire, which is a bit of a misplay because he does have the Flash Fire Heatran. But this is fine because I can just go hard into Earl. Even with the Flash Fire boost, I could take a Lava Plume really, really well and just fire off an Earthquake, which he does go into his Ditto, but I do 2-hit KO this with Earthquake as he cannot kill me from this range. It does 23%. I get to take out the Ditto, which is huge because it opens the door for my Mega Lopunny to set up and just potentially sweep. Here he goes into his Mega Sharpedo, which is not Mega Evolved yet, but you do not have the Mega on the first turn. He goes for the Protect. I predict the Protect. As he goes for it again, I set up an Agility so I can outspeed this thing after his Protect. But at this point, he just does switch out. I'm pretty sure he switches out as I just fire off a high jump kick. Unfortunately, my luck is terrible and I miss. Here, I fire off an Ice Punch, expecting this to be a bulky Shaman. He does just go for a Leech Seed, which is fine, and I can just go for a Power Up Punch here, pretty much sacking off my Lopunny, but he does go for the Synthesis, so I get this thing really low with the High Jump Kick after. Brings him down to 28% as he just does knock me out with the Seed Flare. Excuse me. Here I just go into my Scarf Jirachi, thinking he's probably faster than me. He stays in, I go for the Ice Punch, knock him out, which was a guaranteed KO. And now that he knows I'm probably Scarfed, he goes into his Kyurem Black knowing that I can't touch him. So I go back into my Piloswine, sacking it off. And here, my play was 100% just to go back into Entei as I do outspeed. Or, no, I don't outspeed because I'm pretty sure he was Scarfed himself. And I just fire off a Stone Edge and just take this thing out. It gets obliviated. But our Entei, I do decide to save my Entei, even though I do go for a Stone Edge here. It's fine on that. But here he does Mega Evolve and go for the Waterfall, and I die. Totally fine because I am a physically defensive Sylveon, and I do have enough investment for this thing not to kill me with a Waterfall. I do U-turn out here into my Crobat, thinking that I would outspeed at +1, but I unfortunately do not. He goes for the Psychic Fangs. Since I am so bulky, we do live it, and I'm able to fire off a U-turn, but this thing is just fodder now. I go into my Sylveon here, predicting him to probably want to go out to his Landorus. I protect the Scout for the Sludge Wave, but I didn't think it was that necessary that I kept this thing, given that he does have the Heatran in the back, and it won't really make a difference, so I just do sack this off. to Sludge Wave, and I get a free switch in to my Jirachi here. Scarf Jirachi, he does know this, but I think he just decides to sack this in case I don't have coverage for the Heatran, which I do not, unfortunately. I do decide to switch out here, sack off the Crobat, making him think that I do have coverage. But unfortunately I don't, so I just have to go for Iron Head flinches here, which is very annoying because I do not get the flinch. And he is able to knock me out with a Loud Bloom. But anyways, very good game to Tourman. It was awesome. It was actually really good to get swept. Or not swept, sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to get swept. But yeah, he had a very scary team with that Kieran Black core with Lando I and Heatran, but it was such a good match. It came down to the wire. If we just had a little bit of more luck without hitting, if we hit that high jump kick with Mega Lopunny, it would probably make a difference because we would still have it, and we would just be able to fire off a power punch on that Shaman and potentially knock it out. So, I don't know really what to say to that, but pretty hack-filled battle on my side, but great game to Tourman. We are unfortunately now 0-2 in this league, but hopefully we can bounce back next week. Our opponent will be my very good friend Inman, and I'm pretty sure he has a pretty solid rain team. So that's going to be very exciting. Probably going to get blown back because I have no switch-ins to Mega Swampert. But I am the Holy Heracross, guys, and I will catch you guys later.